York's commercial and recreational fishing industries. And I want to thank my colleagues in government. Senator Kerry, I know, will be here. Senator Brown is here. Congressman Lobiondo is here. Congressman Pallone is here. Congressman Runyon. I don't know, I left the House in '98. Pallone and Lobiondo were there then, so I knew them. The new guys I don't know so well. Welcome, Congressman Runyon. Anyway, to preserve our fishing industry, I have introduced the Flexibility in Rebuilding America's Fishery Act. Now, rebuilding our fisheries is important, and we're making great progress on that front. But we can't have a one-size-fits-all approach to fisheries management that isn't based on good, sound science. I've said this once, and I'll say it again. Who knows best how to conserve our fishing stocks? It's the hard-working people in the fishing industry. Not some guy in some ivory tower doing faulty studies. You folks don't want to deplete the stocks, we know that, but you also want to make a living. And that's the balance that we seek to find here today. And the balance has drifted too far over in a way that could put so many more people out of business. Our goal must be based on real data in a way that sustains our fishing communities. As I travel across Long Island and New York, I hear from fishermen of all stripes, charter boat captains and longliners, tackle shop owners. They tell me the fishing stocks are getting healthier, but excessive fishing regulation is going to put them out of business. So, that's why I'm here today. Today, I am calling for Congress to begin hearings on Magnuson reform this year. And I will be making a major push to see that happens. Not next year, not 2 years from now, but this year. We need to have an open and honest debate on the flexibility bill and other important bills that my colleagues have introduced. Senator Kerry is pushing hard to get more funding. We need that as well. And there will be other bills as well. So I'll be talking to my colleagues on the Commerce Committee about starting a debate on the reauthorization of Magnuson as soon as possible, so your voices can be heard, not just here outside the Capitol, but inside at a hearing table in the Capitol. And when people of both parties hear what you have to say, I am convinced they'll know we're right and NOAA is wrong. Plain and simple. Speaking of open and honest, I'd like to talk a little bit about NOAA fisheries enforcement. You got it. It was a joke. Yeah. You know, when Sid Caesar used to get applause, he'd go like this. No more applause. No more applause. Anyway, the days of the overzealous and abusive enforcement regime at NOAA must come to an end once and for all. I'm pleased to report I met fishermen who were put out of business by these fines that never should have been levied in the first place. It was disgraceful. And I'm pleased to report, because of my efforts and many of my colleagues here today, we were able to get NOAA to return excessive fines to fishermen and, even more importantly, begin an overhaul of their enforcement policies. When we heard what they were doing, we all smelled a rat. We all knew that something wasn't up. And sure enough, the NOAA enforcement scandal was a dark stain on that agency, and they have a lot of work to do to rebuild their trust with America's fishing communities.
Who got fired?
Right. So let me put it this way. If NOAA spent as much of your tax dollars on stock science as they did on catch shares and rogue enforcement, we'd have higher quotas and more jobs today. So in closing, let me say that New York's and America's fishing industry is a multi-billion-dollar economic engine. The arbitrary deadlines imposed in our fisheries are wreaking havoc on fishing communities, that have been strong for centuries. We need better data, we need real science, we need flexibility, and we need an open debate now. I urge you not just to lobby your members of Congress today, which you're doing, and thank God you're here, but to keep calling and writing and visiting these offices until we get Magnuson reform moving. Thank you, America's Fisheries. I will stand with you till we get justice and right on our side and your livings are preserved. Thank you, and God bless you. God bless America.